Okay, so here we've got a Ford Fiesta Mark III. We've got a Citroen 2CV right in front of us. I think this is a Polish car. Can't remember which one it was. And this one here is, I think it's is it a Renault? We've got another Renault in this weird colour-ish. And then we've got this, yeah, it's another, it's the company with the little arrows, isn't it? We've got another car with the funny arrows here. We've got some sort of inverted VW thing, but we've lost a W. Yeah, I don't know. Is this an Audi? They all look similar. We've got a GM. Oh, sorry, MG. I got the letters wrong. I don't know what that is. We've got a Renault. Yeah, we've got another Renault. I like Renaults. Yeah. It's got. I think this is an aeroplane company because you've got the propellers going on here. I'm not sure what it is. Yeah, we've got. I think it's a Hyundai. Yeah, it's a Hyundai, isn't it? This one is a weird spec because he seems to have his eyes cut out. And we've got this one here that's. I'm not sure what it is, but it looks like a toaster. And this one, trying to think of what it looks like. It just looks like a happy emoji face, to be fair. Oh, this one here, it's got a name, Diesel. Oh, that's the name of this car, Diesel. Hello, Diesel. Got another Renault here. Got some more inverted VW. Yeah, it's definitely inverted. Why do they always point up? It looks like some mountain hills. This is a Bedford Rascal. And this is a Capri. Did you not know that this was a Capri? Toaster. Yeah, there's another toaster there, but it's not quite a nice toaster. Another aeroplane. I think this is a Fiesta Mark V because they did a bit of a facelift on them where they made them look a bit more bubbly and rounded. Oh, this is a lovely... oh, it is. It's a Panda. Yeah. I don't know what it's doing here. It's a bit hot for a Panda over here. I don't know what this is. Don't know what this is. Is this a Ford Transit? Oh, it's a Ford Transit, yeah, because they always have bits missing to them and they always rust. See, it must be a Transit because it's got all the rust down here. Alright, I'll cut the crap and I'll start actually getting it right for once. Just a bit of fun, guys. Honestly, take it as a joke. You've got to have fun. Have you seen the amount of cars that I've come through? You're going to get a bit mad after seeing about 50. Oh, yes, we have a Rover Cabriolet. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Ooh, on a K-Reg. Manual gearbox. Well, this is a 2-litre MG Montego. Even rare, well, probably just as rare as the Austin versions. I'd say there's probably more the MG version straight away. But it's a nice G-Reg. Beautiful car to see. Ooh, J-plate. Escort. Mark V. Interesting. This is an interesting limited edition. We've got a spoiler going on at the back here. Beautiful. Love early Escorts with the earlier lights, although I will say they didn't quite get the Mark V right. I think if they started out as what was the Mark VI, I think it would have been a much better car, especially with the dashboard looking rather dated. But this is an absolutely stunning example. Really nice. I just love these stickers and these trims. Obviously I think people have had these redone. Beautiful. Oh, we have a D-Reg Escort Mark IV 1986, so quite early on. This may have the 1.4 CVH. It might have the 1.3. There was a bit of a switch over. Yes, it's the 1.3. So it would actually be the 1.3 CVH. There was a switch over to the 1.4 CVH, I think around 1986. That's a beautiful car, this is. I might have mistakenly got the other car wrong when I said it was a 1.3 Kent engine, the HSS. That may not be the case because the CVH was offered as a 1.3 to 1986. I've got a feeling by looking at the fact it's a H-Reg with those lights, I think we might be looking at an Eclipse. Ooh, is it the Eclipse model with the spoiler at the back. Oh, it is. Yeah, I thought so. The Eclipse was the run-out model. There aren't many of them left, but it was the run-out model when they switched over to the Mark V Escort. I thought I recognised the wheels and the front fog lamps at the front. Oh, Enrage Astra Mark III. $1.4. MG ZT. Very nice indeed. Beautiful. Another Audi 2-litre TD and 86. New. Got a camper here as well. Beautiful. Seen a few of these today. All its own, a Triumph Acclaim. What a beautiful car to see at this show. Definitely qualifies as unexceptional. And we have here a Ford Escort, a Ryan, with judging by the boot. Now this was at a time where we're talking about 1994, 95. So we're talking about a time where the Orion was actually ditched as an actual name in itself, just as a trim or as a body style such. So it was Ford Escort Orion after about 1993. But this is a really, really stonkily nice example. We've got some of the plastic seat backs and the trim that you'd have found on late 80s, early 90s Fiestas. It's got a sunroof. This is a really tidy example. We've got the airbag in the steering wheel, so there's quite a few changes that were made, and judging by the brochure, it's an Escort Equip might be the pronunciation. And we have the oval up front because there was a bit of a facelift done to the Escort just to make it look a little bit better, because the initial reception wasn't very good on the Mark V. But I quite like the oval grille. I like the earlier look. Each their own really with that, but I'm kind of undecided between the two. So all this Ford Capri coming in, fantastic. And this lovely Sierra Sapphire. This is up for grabs, by the way. I'm just going to skittle through now. We've got a nice VW Polo. Very nice indeed. We've got a Rover, not a Rover, MG ZR in trophy yellow that we saw come in. Another Renault Clio. Then we got the 216 GSI. All these cars, I think, came in earlier. It's weird how they've parked us. We kind of stopped there, and then other people have come in. And they've parked way further down. I'm not quite sure what the parking strategy is. It's an awful lot of people here. We've got a Ford Puma over here in a rather honest condition on a 51 plate. Very nice to see this. This might be I think this is the Thunder. I'm not sure whether it's the Thunder Special Limited Edition, because I'm just looking at the wheels here and they only fitted them to the Thunder, unless for some reason, yeah, the owner may have fitted them. They are Thunder alloys. Astra Mark III, Opel Corsa, Opel Corsa B. Wow, we've got another Twingo there, and we have a beautiful Capri injection just there. Maestro, yeah, Maestro Clubman, exactly as you want to see it. Beautiful Volvo with the old style grille, very, very 70s on a J plate, so 71 I believe. So I guess ooh, Dolomite Toledo. Triumph Toledo, that is very poverty spec, definitely unexceptional. This is definitely unexceptional, definitely, but I think Volvos are exceptional cars for how much you pay for them and what you get practically. Oh yes, we have a ZS here in attendance, beautiful to see with the mesh grille. Yes, clear indicators at the front as well, with the checked sort of striped yellow blue fabric that you get in the MG ZS cars. I think it was offered for quite a while before they actually ditched that. Yes, wonderful, beautiful. TR8s. Oh, do you know what? I get honestly perplexed. I've seen more Volvos today than any other classic. I think they are extremely underrated and definitely unexceptional. Oh, another L Reg. R8. Beautiful car to see. Yes, very nice indeed. Citroen BX. Audi 80. Oh, I'm just getting perplexed. We've got Renault 5s, we've got Minis, a Mini HL I believe. We've got so many lovely cars here. Rover R8 again. Or Hyundai. Ooh, Nissan. Came by this on the road. Beautiful car. There's some very, very unusual cars here, cars that you really wouldn't see anywhere else. I mean, well, we've got a Maestro wearing beautiful Unipass fog lights down here, and there's only 10. Oh, it's an Apple 2000. Oh my goodness me, what a rarity this is. The Bulgarian-built Maestro, the last of the Maestros in any such form, and an Apple 2000 is very much a parts bin car. They were made. They were okay, they were built okay by the Bulgarians, but many of them don't survive. There's about 10 of them. I suspect that all the owners must know each other. It must be because it's such a small community, 10 cars, 10 owners, so they must know each other. There'll be big Volvo grille there. Ooh. Got some beautiful Vauxhall engines going on there with distributorless ignition. As you can identify it with a coil pack, what we know as distributorless ignition. Nissan Micra. Oh goodness me, forgive me if I'm missing cars out, because this is just such a big show. It's just perplexing, and a lot of these cars I've never seen before. I don't know them. I don't think you guys may know them, but a lot of them are familiar. Lots of Vauxhalls here today. A huge amount of Vauxhall Astras and Cavaliers and Metros. Volvos galore. Beautiful Volvos. I've just got so many. Another Volvo here, Rover 75. It's very busy out here, so I'm just skipping through and having a look at some really interesting cars. Polo, bread van. A lot of these came in earlier. Oh, we've got a Rover Metro. Yes, definitely lovely car. Rover 25. It's just beautiful. This is probably an impression model. I'll just leave my card because it's a Rover 25, and I love Rovers of this age. Love the little British flag under the badge. This is a Metro Tahiti. This did come in earlier. A few more cars here. Beautiful BMW. Got another R3 here, 200. So rare these cars are, and this for me, it takes my fancy. Now these Mark III, these wheels, is this a Cayman? They look like Cayman wheels. Maybe these wheels were fitted to a number of Mark IIIs. This is such a beautiful colour to have on a Mark III with the two-tone, and it's just badged as Fiesta. It might well be that this is the base spec model. I don't think it is. Because after about 1992 they dropped the Popular name and just called it Fiesta, because they thought that the Popular was another word for cheap, so they ditched the Popular and the Popular Plus, I suspect. I love these cars, and it's really nice and clean around the filler cap. Really nice to see. SD1. Oh, there's another Fiesta on a J. This is early.
No, it does. That's
1992 Fiesta, so really early, and it's a fanfare, 1.1 with low miles. It's a Ford Fiesta fanfare. I believe there's only about 10 of these left the last time I checked. Yeah, comes with a, I think that would have been standard on these. I do believe that they offered the fanfare with the mud flaps and the spoiler at the back. Yes, love these. Beautiful Sierra here. This is the earliest surviving Sierra. We've seen this before on the channel. It's just utterly brilliant. Rover P6, yes. V8, got to have a beautiful V8 on show in almond, and the chrome work looks fantastic on that as well. Mondeo on an X plate, 2 litre, 16 valve, definitely beautiful car. Spoiler at the back, so this would have the 2 litre Zetec engine next to a Morris Minor. Oh, we have an Escort Mark 6 on an R plate, 16 valve. I think this is this is the GTI version, so there'd have been a number of differences. I don't know if that was original. I think it might have been, actually, saying that maybe it was a modification. I'm not quite certain. Could someone tell me if it is? That's a weird one. It's like being in the It's like being in the ultimate car dealership. It's just so nice to see people putting an emphasis on cars that really people have forgotten, or not quite forgotten, but at least not everybody, because otherwise they would hardly be here. But I've seen some stunningly rare cars that really wouldn't, well, they would get in. To be honest, car shows these days are quite open, and I think there's more of an awareness now about certainly modern classics. I mean, Fiat Unos in particular. I mean, goodness me, I know someone who had about 50 of these at one go. Seriously, they were that cheap. Oh, we've got another Escort. This might be, I think this might be another Eclipse, judging by the look of it. Let's have a look. Yes, it is. It's another Eclipse in, oh, I can't remember what paintwork this was, but I think these were the only two colours. The blue and this burgundy were the only two colours they were released in. I might be wrong about that, but still, it gives away, these trims give away the Eclipse model. I've seen so many of these today in one location, and this one is no exception. This time we haven't got the two-tone going on, so another J plate Fiesta Mark III with the big door mirrors, which I probably prefer. Again, this one has got a good filler cap area. A few scabbiness here there, but you know, got a little spoil at the back. But that might have been added from what I can tell, but I don't know what sort of, maybe this is a limited edition, I don't know. Some of them have lost their stickers over time, but what an amazing colour this is. I'd want to garage this if it was me, but wonderful. We saw this earlier, Escort van with just ridiculously low miles. It's just not being used at all, and that's why it survives today. Absolutely stunning. Goodness me, some Vauxhalls down here. We've got a Granada Mark III that we saw come in. Beautiful example. Just really nice to see Scorpio on there. And if we come to the back, these rear lights, I think they're quite Americanized. You'd have seen these on a lot of sort of 80s, 90s Mustangs with this black plastic strip and cross between the different lenses. I think it does look quite Americanized, but being the Scorpio, Granada Mark III Scorpio, it would have been the top of the spec, 2.9 injection with the Cologne engine. If you've just arrived on this channel and say you're very Ford orientated, well, to be honest, it's what I remember as a kid, Fords and British cars. It's the Sierra 1.6L. Beautiful. How many of these have you ever seen in the last few years? I haven't seen one apart from shows. I think everybody must have, it feels like everybody must have had one of these at some point, and it's been a D-Reg 1986 with the earlier style square headlamps. I can understand why people didn't take to them because of the front, but it was a very costly exercise, the Sierra. I think the Mondeo was more successful, but still it paved the way for the Mondeo. Another Peugeot 205 over here, or 309, 309. One good, nice one here. Oh, we have a Mark II Fiesta on a B-Reg. Yes, very nice indeed. Manual gearbox this time, poverty spec interior. And it is the Popular Plus, so the 1.1 version, so just above the bottom. It's got a heated back screen and it's got a wiper. It comes with a bunch of history. First registered in 1985. We've got a very, very late F-Reg Escort here. So 1989, very late. 1.6, so 1.6 CVH. Recent cam belt change, drives brilliantly. That's the price. Okay. And it is the Orion with the boot. It's interesting. You wouldn't be able to see if it's an Escort until you reach the back of the car. There's no differences. There's nothing to tell it away. But again, with the back lights, with the sort of plastic insert around the individual lenses, very sort of Americanized. I do like the style of these backlights. I think Ford kind of hit a little niche in the late 80s. I don't know why, but They just have that little bit of a aesthetic appearance to them that just appeals to me. Maybe not to everybody, but it certainly appealed to the masses. Cavalier CD 2 litre. Volkswagen Passat. We've seen a few Passats today. We've heard quite a few of these diesels today. Rover 800 and a H-Reg, or a brown SD1 in all its glory. So I'm going to quickly go to the back here. More Vauxhalls, Jag. Oh yes. It's just an eclipse of cars. I can't really cover this all because I don't have enough memory. That's the truth, guys, and I have to be kind of selective, but there's just an array. This is my kind of, I think this is heaven. I think this is the closest to heaven that you can possibly get. I mean, even this one comes with its own Renault sales placard. Ooh, MGB rubber bumper, Austin Metro City X. So you get some, I can't remember what you get on that above the city. There's a couple of things. I think a rear wiper, wash wipe, heated window possibly. There's a few little different things. Very nice indeed. Oh yes. A micro. I'm going to cut above. Forgive me if you're watching this and your car has been missed, because I'm trying to prioritise and just see things that catch my eye. Couple of Rover 75s here next to a Picasso. I don't think you'd ever put the two cars in the same field at all, apart from this sort of show. VW. Oh, we got a Puma. Got another Puma here with the 1.7 litre Sigma engine with the manifold that everybody tends to steal and put their own on their own Sigmas. Beautiful variable cam timing. A very much a technology in its early gestation, but Ford had kind of worked out that this was the way forwards, and they did this to the Sigma, but in a very different manner in the TI VCT after 2007 to up the power quite a bit. A V-Reg Mark 5 Fiesta. The only Mark 5 Fiesta that I've seen here today. Yes. Definitely. Full marks. Rover 75. Ooh, just collection of cars. We've got an MG Metro just right there. SD1 2600. Beautiful. Excuse the music. I'm now going to finish in there in the concourse section. Let's go and have a look. Now these cars have all been hand-picked. You have to submit an application depending on, well, it is the concourse, so you're going to expect some pristine examples of 1987 Mark II Fiesta here. It's an absolute gorgeous car, this is. There's some absolute pristine examples on show. Whatever age, condition, well, condition is priority, but no matter what make they are welcome in here. We've got a VW Polo Coupe here. CL Coupe. I have to tell my neighbour he's got one of these in white. Vauxhall Nova 1.2. Oh, this, the Fiesta Classic Quartz, and I can tell how clean it is underneath. Yes, definitely on towards the Mark IV. There's a lot of Mark IV pieces like the door mirrors, etc., like I've said, but still a Mark III at heart on a P-Reg. These cars have all been done up to a high rating. I mean, this is a Rover 216 with the Honda-matic down there, automatic gearbox. I suspect most of them were automatics on the Honda engines, quite a few of them with. It was kind of a thing that the 1.4, you can only get that in the K series with a manual gearbox, but it's not always like that. Beautiful car. Mini Metro. So we've all got these pristine examples showing off how they would have been presented, maybe at a dealership or just anyhow. And I don't know what the criteria is apart from concourse, but it has to be unexceptional. And what I'm looking at here is some quite good cars, beyond exceptional. But then not everybody can agree. Fiesta, Escort, 1.6 popular, Corsa, on a Corsa B, on a K-Reg. This is probably the tidiest I've ever seen. An LS. This is one of the nicest I've ever seen. I don't know whether this was one reviewed by Matt Richardson on Furious Driving. You know, Fiat Punto. They're all everyday classics. And the one thing that strikes me about all of these cars is that they're all cars that have, from my day, they're 80s, 90s stuff. And this stuff is really getting hot. 1993 Ford Fiesta, another Mark III. I've seen, as I say, I've seen more Mark IIIs today than any other particular day. These cars are really getting valuable now. I think they've just hit that period where people kind of realise we need to keep them. We need to look after them. Beautiful to see. Nissan Bluebird. Wow, how many of these do you see? Citroen Xantia. But this is a left-hand drive. Oh, we're over a 214i. Absolutely beautiful. I'm gobsmacked by the condition. This Princess we have seen at Gaydon, and I'm not surprised it's reached the competition because it's an 1800 and it's a lower spec, so no vinyl roof. Actually, I think that's just as tidy as all the more expensive models. Astra, Vauxhall Astra Merit Estate, Suzuki Baleno, quite expensive. I honestly believe if you want a classic car, if you want to get into classic motoring and you haven't got much money, I would suggest 80s, 90s, especially late 80s. SD3.
6,000 miles for it. And it's the pre-K series.
Absolutely gorgeous SD3.
Harry, this is 12 valve. Yeah, so one.
And we finish off with this. I am absolutely gobsmacked by the amount of cars and the most beautiful cars we have here. I hope you enjoy this video. I've tried to get around and see as much cars as possible, but it's a huge show. If you're a car enthusiast, I don't think 6 or 7 hours really cuts it. But we've had some fantastic cars come here today. I think the winner has been announced. I think it was Daihatsu. I think Daihatsu has won it. I couldn't hear completely. They've just literally announced the winner. I'm hoping that my Mark 1 could be good enough to stand in the concourse section one day. You never know, but it will never win because it's an exceptional car. You guys know that anyway. But anyway, I'm going to leave you here. I hope that the video was okay and I got my points across and showed you how absolutely weak I am at cars that probably you've never seen before and that I've never seen before. And I had a bit of fun as well, you know, a little bit of fun in there. You've got to have a laugh. I do apologise to all those people that may be offended if their car was called something completely and utterly different. That's my channel in a nutshell. A car enthusiast who really he struggles anything pre-1990, but I'll learn and I get on. Anyway, I hope you have shown enough passion. I'm going to see you soon. Take care, guys.